lineage. It's more than just the physical tools. My dad was a stud, so I'm going to be a stud. Like 100%. Grew up in the club.
What's up, guys? We just finished a epic first half for the Braves, 56-38 for the tied for the most wins in the first half since 2003. And if you would have told me that after April and May, I would have thought you were nuts. But 14 in a row from June 1st. And just continued to be amazing after that. 19-10, the most All-Stars. Hello, Timothy. I think that's it, yeah. The most All-Star selections since 2010, Max Fried, William Contreras, Travis d'Arnaud, Ronald Acuna Jr., Austin Riley, and you could have had a couple more as well. You could have had Kyle Wright and AJ Minter, but just wasn't enough spots. But you just go down the line, and 5 of the 6 are first-time selections. Dansby Swanson, moving Dansby Swanson to second was in the batting order, might have been one of the biggest moves. Adding Michael Harris, have him come up, stabilize the defense. Ronald Acuna Jr. hasn't had the Ronald Acuna Jr. half that we half that he wants, but the reality is he still had 20 stolen bases, 22 RBIs, 8 homers, still single-handedly won us a couple of games, and you're still big about Ronald coming off an injury like that, and you know he's off, but the presence is speaks for itself, and I know he's going to get out of it. And for those that don't like that he's participating in the home run derby, maybe it'll help him. It helped Juan Soto get out of his funk in the first half a couple of years ago. And he really wants to do it and have fun. And with as many Braves representatives we have, plus the coaching staff, plus Snitker, I think it's absolutely incredible. And I'm really, really happy for him. And yes, it sucks that we lost today, but you got a lot of things going against you. 14 in a row. Wins against one team is impossible in their own ballpark. And they had lost 9 in a row. Overall, there's in a bullpen game for the Nationals, and those are hard to navigate as an offense. So yeah, good things have to come to an end, unfortunately, on that. But 56 wins, again, I don't think any of us could have predicted that. No, it's not on Austin Riley. It's not. Yeah, he could have made that play, but that slow roller is one of the harder ones to make. Just yanked it. Strider's got to be better with 2 strikes. And he'll tell you, Riley will tell you, probably needs to make them 2, but there's a lot more factors than just the Austin Riley plays. So it's not all on Austin Riley. Today's loss anyway, but yeah, but it is what it is. You still win the series.
I was just trying to enjoy it. I was very, very excited, and I was really looking forward to it. I just treated it like a normal day. We went and hit.
We still won the series 3 out of 4, and I think we only lost to the Cubs, Mets, and Dodgers. And the Cubs one was mainly because of the wind, and Dodgers, that was annoying, and the Mets was certainly annoying, but our starting staff didn't really pitch to their capability there, so that's not really typical of us there. But I mean, my top 5 players helping the Braves in the first half, I've honestly number 5. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go Dansby Swanson, number 5. And it's probably crazy to put him at number 5, but him moving to the second hole and getting back to the big part of the field, the other way approach, all of that, had the most hits since May 23rd. I think 73. Just doing it all defensively, offensively, clutch. So that's why I'll put him at number 5 on my top players of the second half, or the first half rather. Number 4 will go. We'll go Kyle Wright, number 4, because Kyle Wright's just been in incredible, so incredible. 11 wins, and just the maturation and to be able to just kind of do it without melting when he gets into jams now. It's not, oh crap, what do I do? It's okay, let's bear down, limit the damage. And he's just been absolutely phenomenal. 11 wins. I think the turning point for him was the World Series, coming in that mop-up duty, striking out the side, in the mop-up duty, and then coming in Game 4 kind of gave him the real what do you call it, the real push and wherewithal and the knowledge that I belong here, and he's just kind of taking the amazing step forward that is absolutely incredible. So that's why he's number 4. And that actually might be low, and Dansby Swanson might be low, but we've had so many quality players that's Drew Jones wasn't ever going to be close to the Braves unless we were in top 5, and that wasn't going to happen there. But I think number 3, I'm going to go number 3. I know Spencer struggled today, but I'm going to go Spencer Strider, just because he kind of stabilized the 5 spot. I know he struggled a couple of times this year, and obviously you're always going to have struggles there, but I'm going to go Spencer Strider just because he stabilized the entire rotation, allowed us to go get Jesse Chavez, kind of stabilize that part of the bullpen, and Spencer Strider is just phenomenal in his strikeouts and the ability to, today notwithstanding, but the ability to get out of jams when he needs to, and just frankly dominate lineups and in quick order is absolutely amazing. But the 5th spot in our order, our rotation before Spencer got into the rotation, it was 2 and 8, and now he has 4 wins or so. So that doubles it, and it gives you a chance to win every time out, and that's what you want in your rotation. So that's why he's number 3. Number 2, Mad Max Fried, doing Max Fried things. All-star, 10 wins, 50 career wins. He's just taking so many steps forward in terms of the the World Series, getting stepped on, all of that stuff, and then developing 2 other pitches, the slider cutter changeup, and having them make plus pitches every single time out. Wants the ball 7 innings almost every single time. Is just absolutely phenomenal. We had a blip on the radar in against the Mets, but still kept us in the ball game. Max Fried is just personified ace, and that was really, really important, especially when things were going haywire in the early part of the season. What is it? Whoa. Komar Rocker going 3 overall. Whew. Wow. That's surprise. Komar Rocker going 3 overall after the Mets messed that one up. And okay. All right. But that's why Max is number 2, especially because it went so haywire. And yeah, but he's not worth the 3rd overall pick. I don't think he's worth the 3rd overall pick after what happened last year and the medicals and things of that nature. But good on the kid. But Max Fried being number 2, and number 1, Michael Harris coming up, has stabilized it all, stabilized the bottom of the order, stabilized our center field, and allowed Ronald Acuna Jr. to shift to right, which is more comfortable. Adam Duvall shift to left, more comfortable. That's phenomenal. I mean, everything, and with our outfield defense now, for the most part, you're gonna have to get 3 hits off of our starting staff to get a run. So that gives our starting pitching staff even more confidence, and all the big hits, the massive 2-out hits, his speed. He's got 10 steals without being caught this year, and just taking the torch from Dansby from the bottom of the order, and 40 at bats above the A-ball, and coming up and holding his own as well as he has in this. It's actually phenomenal, and it's incredible to know that this kid's just scratching the surface. But every single day, he does something to help you win, and every single time you think he's needs a day off because he's on 1-for-18 slide or something, he picks it back up again, and it's just incredible to realize how far this kid's come. And yeah, I'm surprised that Rocker went that high, but why not? I mean, he's got the tools, and he was one of the best pitchers in college baseball. Almost single-handedly helped Vanderbilt win a couple of years, and I don't know. I mean, the shoulder kind of scares me there, but I'm not. Yeah, I mean, the health issues, that's shoulders. I always get scared with those, so the medical issues are surprising. I'm surprised he fell to 11 or wherever he fell to the Mets last year, and for him to rock it up that much. I mean, he pitched very well in the independent league, so that's not really 135, one. So. So now they're teammates again, Jack Leiter and Kumar Rocker, but that's a big surprise. But those are my top 5 players for the Braves in the first half. And I mean, you could throw Travis Arnaud, William Contreras, in there as well. I mean, they're both at the All-Star game for a reason, stabilizing our pitching staff and things of that nature has been absolutely phenomenal. The big hits. Yeah, Austin Riley as well. Yeah, I think we're up for a starting pitcher or something. Do I see Mike Soroka coming back this season? Honestly, no. But I wouldn't be surprised if he maybe in September, maybe a cup of coffee in September. But I'm not counting my chickens on that one. But I would love it for sure, but I think you just can't rush it, and I do think we're gonna see Kirby Yates very, very soon, and that's gonna be a key piece to the bullpen. Yeah, he's had 2 outings clean and 4 strikeouts, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So in the Florida Gulf Coast League, and this guy saved 40, 50 games for the Padres just 2 years ago. So this could be a very, very enticing piece as we go into the second half sprint. Yeah. Maybe not be a complete deal, but they got a pretty good idea. Well, that's cool. Dansby's an amazing human, amazing ball player, and to be able to do all that is really awesome for him. And to finally kind of put it all together consistently and get this all-star honor and do supporting Mallory as well. I think that's. Now you can't get rid of Will Smith. You got him on $13 million. We will use him less. I don't think maybe we trade him, maybe, but I don't think there's a. I don't think you can get rid of Will Smith at a $13 million contract. You may could trade him, but I doubt it. I think he might be in less high leverage if we get Kirby Yates back at the clip that we want to. But again, as much as he gives me heart attacks and stuff, I don't know if we will do that. I'm pretty sure we would entertain it. But there's a lot of things to think about there. I'm really not. I believe Will Smith will not be a Brave next year. Obviously, I just don't. It'll be interesting. I doubt it that we would trade him, especially since we just don't know what we're getting from Kirby Yates just yet. Yeah, I mean, we all appreciate Will for what he did in the playoffs. There's no doubt about that. Hey, Brian. Thank you for watching every single night and every single day. The sport is incredible. I love what I do, and I love what I do, and it's been an amazing ride with the World Series and this year, and even when I started. So thank you for your support. There, Tamar Johnson goes. I figured he would. That was a. Thought he was gonna be the first pick, and then they threw some curveballs. But I think he's gonna be a good one. Obviously, with the draft, let's just remember not to overreact. And for the Braves, it's likely gonna be a college pitcher, I would assume. It'll probably definitely be a pitcher. But this is going to be great for us to be able to. This is going to be great for the Braves to be able to replenish the minors with all of the graduations and trades we've made over the past few years to help us get over the hump. This is going to be a great ideal for us to do it, and I trust Alex Anthopoulos and excuse me, Dylan Lesko. He's the dream scenario for a lot of Braves people. And make sure you head over to Battery Power. They have your draft covered a lot better than I do. In depth, so to speak. I know this about very little stuff, but I usually get all my information from Battery Power and then kind of relay it in my own way. They are amazing. They have it in depth, and you know everything you need to know about everything. And I really like that the Braves were able to get 20 and 35. Drew Waters had kind of is now officially blocked by Michael Harris and Eddie Rosario and things of that nature, and getting that pick at that money and to be able to disperse that type of money into the entire draft is we didn't lose any ground to the Mets, 2.5. And I know that wins are wins, and you take them any way you can get them. And the Braves have had some lucky wins, but just following the Mets scores on the game cast, it's crazy.
We saw some tears of joy there, Tamar. How does this feel?
Feels amazing.
It's crazy to see how they've been able to put it together and win some ball games. Not necessarily tearing the cover off the ball like us, but you got to give them credit where credit is due. But it's kind of odd and annoying how they've won some of their games. But again, got to give them credit, and there's a lot to like about where we are, given the shaved 8 games off since June 1st, and you can't be mad about that whatsoever. And and again, we just kind of started to put together. Matt Olson's probably had the quietest 17 homers, 60 RBIs, even though he had 34 doubles and 50 extra base hits to start, which is only 2 behind Ozzie Albies, who had 52 in the first half in 2018. Breaking records all over the place. Austin Riley having 27 homers, 60 RBIs, and 100 plus hits. Is only the fourth player to accomplish that amazing feat as well. So, and then you've got Ronald, who's not been Ronald yet, but oh my gosh, that when Ronald becomes Ronald, this league doesn't have a chance, especially if our starting pitching stays as consistent as it has been. Yeah, and I think that might be a little bit of a factor too. Ronald and Ozzie are just like together, and that might be affecting Ronald a little bit. But I don't like that everybody just wants to be mad at Ronald. He's coming off the ACL. It's only been a year. He's still contributing. He's still walking. He's still. Yeah, that's what that was my thought, that the home run derby could help him, because we saw Juan Soto do that a couple of years ago. It kind of just helped him, instead of popping the ball up and like he's smoking the ball into the shift. I'm pretty sure he might have the most 100+ mile an hour outs of anybody, so that it feels like it anyway. I don't know if that's actually the case, but I think Ronald's gonna be fine. And even if he has a down year, he's still a presence and a half in that lineup, and I'd rather have him any day of the week. And I'm not worried whatsoever. I think people are too quick to criticize. Yeah, I'll criticize him when he deserves it, but a rough first half for him is like a career year for some others. So I think we just need to pump the brakes and let Ronald be Ronald. And he's working hard, and the reality is he's only 24, and a lot of times we kind of forget that, because he's just been something of a marvel, and you're not supposed to be able to do that to a baseball. And Carrie a team as well as he has. Oh, I know that. I'm just talking about, Gray's Twitter and things of that nature. It's very annoying when it comes to that aspect of it. But I'm fully behind Ronald. Mike Trout went through a 0 for 27 this year. Baseball is hard, even for the best in the game. You go through slumps, and this is the first elongated slump for Ronald. But again, he still had 20 steals, 8 homers, 22 RBIs, a boatload of runs scored. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but Ronald will be fine. And I hope that the All-Star game, he can just have fun and hopefully unseat Pete Alonso. I don't see that happening, but hopefully, and just like take the pressure off, relax afterwards, and just have fun with it, because he's one of the most dynamic players ever. Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, fans are always going to be annoyed when things don't go well. But I'm going to say that it is what it is. We are in such better position than we were last year, and last year we won the World Series. So I'm not worried about anything right now at all. My top 3 biggest surprises. If that happens, I hope it does, and I hope Pete Alonso does not win, because I just want to see new blood, and I hope Ronald can unseat the champ for sure. My top 3.
In the 2022 MLB draft, the Washington Nationals select Elijah Green, an outfielder.
Most pleasant surprises. 2 of them are going to be in the bullpen, and 1 of them I already mentioned. But number 3, Dylan Lee. That's another one, diamond in the rough, that Alex Anthopoulos has found, and he's been absolutely phenomenal. Multi-inning guy, big situation guy. Yeah, he's just done it all and becoming from the Marlins after 2019 when he got released and just become a big piece in our bullpen. And it's been actually, I'll give you 4 pleasant surprises. One of them was Dylan Lee. Number 2, getting Jesse Chavez back for Sean Newcomb, and Jesse Chavez quickening his pace, becoming an 8th inning guy, 7th inning guy, multi-inning guy. He can do it all. It doesn't matter, and he still gets the job done. That's absolutely incredible. Number 3, pleasant surprises is Orlando Arceus. I know he got off to a scorcher start and was absolutely incredible at the plate and all that, but it came back down to earth. But he's still been insane defensively. That arm is second to none, and gotten some really big hits, 3 walk-off hits, the walk-off against Boston and the walk-off against the Giants, and some really clutch walks too to start some rallies. Being as much as sporadic as he played early on was really impressive. And then again, you look at Kyle Wright and the ascension he's made. Where would we be without Kyle Wright, especially in the first month, 2 months with Charlie Morton trying to find it, and just some inconsistencies with the offense, base running, and everything. I think that is the biggest and best surprises that we've had so far. Jackson Stevens could probably go into that category as well. Been huge for us in blowouts, getting saves.
I think the Soto thing is really fascinating. Allegedly turned down $440 15-year offer.
It would be great if we could re-sign Swanson, but again, I trust AA in every move that we make. So
you can kind of see the other side of the coin. Everybody's focused on losing Soto, what a disaster that might be.
Yeah, I mean, Cano's been pretty solid. I mean, some of the ground balls he can't get to that I think Arceus and Albies will be, but I just gotta remember that he's 39 and doesn't have as much range, but it still annoys me. But I think it's been pretty solid so far. I mean, I didn't think it was gonna come out and completely take the world on fire. Wish he did, but he started the rally yesterday with a bolt double. Had 4 balls over 108 miles an hour, things of that nature. That's been incredible. So I mean, he's filled in pretty nicely. Yeah, I would too, especially if it was against the Mets. A homer would be great, but I wonder if we'll go after somebody like Drury. But then once Ozzy does come back, which is the mid-August return date, I believe. I don't know what you would do with him afterwards because he's been tearing the cover off the ball for Cincinnati, so I'm not sure there. But Cano's been very serviceable for what he's done in his first week or so. So we're only at 6 right now in the draft, but let's see.
With the 6th pick of the 2022 MLB draft, the Miami Marlins select Jacob Berry, a third baseman from LSU. The Chicago Cubs have the next pick.
So we go to college position player, and we find one of the more mature, plate disciplined guys who took his talents.
I actually think that the MLB draft is the best analyzed draft in terms of getting information and things of that nature. It actually gives you great information about each player, and more so than the NBA draft and the NFL draft for that matter. I just think it's nice for that. But the Braves are in such a great position. 2.5 back. We're gonna play the Mets a lot in August. 12 more times. Obviously, we're gonna have to face DeGrom, Scherzer, Bassett, all their great guys, and it's gonna be an epic. It's gonna be an epic finish, and I can't wait to get division win number 5 or division championship number 5 and make the Mets fans cry and all of that, because it's always fun to do that. But it's gonna be epic battle, and I hope Josh Bell goes somewhere, not the Mets, but because I don't want to face him too much anymore, because he absolutely crushes. Actually, that would be nice if the Braves could somehow pull that, but we won't be able to. I don't think. With Marcell Ozuna has probably been the most disappointing Brave. I know he has 17 homers and 37 RBIs, but it's kind of really ugly to watch him right now. But with the contract the way it is, I don't know how we could pull that one off. But I would swap Josh Bell for Marcell Ozuna in a heartbeat if it was that easy. But obviously it's not, and it is what it is. With that, but I think.
Well, this is a kid that grew up in Arizona, dreaming of one day playing at the University of Arizona. He did that. Then when he was there, he wanted to go to
Shea Langoliers actually hit a bomb off of our guy Schuster and threw out a guy. And Shea Langoliers is going to be good, but he's going to be very, very good. And Oakland got themselves a good one, definitely. But we got ourselves a good one for a long time. And Matt Olson, and getting him at that extension makes Shea Langoliers tearing it up easier to swallow. Unfortunately, Christian Pache has not panned out as much as everybody wants him to. But yeah, that's a nice. I'm happy for Shea, and I'm happy for the Braves, and I'm happy for how it all has worked out. Yeah, 7. So the Braves got a while before they pick. But there's been just so much fun this year. After the first 2 months, I might start being mad if the Braves start off really, really good, because it might ruin our mojo. I don't know if that's actually a thing, but it might. And but it's crazy to see that the Seattle Mariners just tied our 14-game winning streak, going in winning 14 in a row. I wish Pache the best. And I always want a kid to succeed. His hit tool just never caught up to his glove. It just never has, and really, he got a long look for Oakland, and maybe he still got a chance. But it is what it is, and I'm really 1,000% glad that we put Christian Pache in there instead of Michael Harris, because Michael Harris completely turned around our season in so many trickle-down ways that you really can't fathom, really.
a right-handed pitcher from the University of Oklahoma.
Cade Horton was projected for the Braves for a while, but.
Well, what was that number you gave about the last pitcher being selected with 7th overall? And here we are at the number 7.
Yeah, there you go. Where was it? Seattle Mariners, 14 in a row. Crazy, back into that wild card race. That American League wild card race in the second half is going to be bonkers. The Orioles doing Oriole thing. I mean, they were 500 a minute ago. I think they might be 1 or 2 games under now, but they're starting to see the fruits of their labor with Adley Rutschman. Those are some of the great first half storylines that are incredible. Justin Verlander punching Father Time in the face, coming off Tommy John. It's amazing to see other teams kind of peak. I think the American League has had more surprises and more for the American League in a bad way. The Los Angeles Angels, I don't get it, never will get it. With Trout and Ohtani, but not being able to put it together otherwise, pretty much. It's a 2-man roster, and I don't know that now you look at it, should Joe Madden have gotten fired? I don't know, because Phil Nevin didn't do the Rob Thompson and kind of turn around the mentality there. I'm just surprised at how inept their pitching really has been. And they tried to address it. They drafted every single pitcher they could possibly draft and signed about 9 or 10 or 11 pitchers too in free agency, and it's still not working. It's very, very weird in terms of that for the Angels. But, I mean, the NL is pretty much Mets, Dodgers, the Phillies in the wild card, Padres, Giants, Cardinals, Brewers. I mean, they're the what you expect in the National League. The Braves, obviously, and the funny thing is how much, I guess, maybe there's more parity in the American League with just some teams overperforming expectations or something of that nature, but it's interesting to see, and it's definitely fun to see. Let's see.
You got a thought there? I saw that go up.
He had a 5.5 ERA with a month and a half to go in the college season. That's really all you had to go off. I mean, some stuff, but in a 5.5 ERA.
I'll tell you what I've learned in the last 2 years.
We got
Important.
Thank you.
the draft being
Thank you.
You know what also matters is pitching in that division. That division, if you have pitching, you have a chance to win. The Milwaukee Brewers are proof of that.
We'll come back. Teams are continuing to now see what happened in the first 7 picks and how it affects them. Rocco Baldelli, Minnesota Twins, Carlos Correa, who will they be adding to their organization? We're in Los Angeles.
But I mean,
Major League Baseball draft on ESPN.
This first half for the Braves is kind of so surprising, but yet not. I guess it's more surprising that we started so poorly, but and the fact that we are getting possibly Kirby Yates back, Eddie Rosario's trying to return to form, Adam Duvall's coming around a little more. It's nice to see that as well. And I'm really glad that we do have days off finally, because it feels like we've been playing forever. So this will be nice. Hopefully we don't come out cold. But we do get to face Shohei Ohtani in the first game back, so that'll be entertaining. We'll see how that one goes. But yeah, that's pretty. I think I covered it all. Do you guys have any questions or about the draft, the Braves, MLB in general? Juan Soto turning down $440. I get it, even though that's an insane number. But with the ownership uncertainty in Washington, but you also do have to have a cornerstone for a rebuild. And if Juan Soto's not going to be there, but I understand it because he's one of the best pure hitters in baseball. Plain and simple, but it's just insane to think that he definitely turned that down. It's just really, really weird. But that is crazy. And Judge bet on himself, and he
How much is your vehicle worth?
Where do I think Juan Soto will go? Well, the rumors are the Padres because they always seem to do things. But I honestly think you're gonna have to give up your entire AAA and AA and even some MLB. Like I don't even know, especially with 2 years of control. Yeah, if he goes to the Mets, that would be god awful. But yeah, I've heard the Padres, the Yankees, the Dodgers, obviously those guys, and I don't think the Braves have enough. And honestly, Soto is a great hitter, but he's not the greatest outfielder and doesn't have the greatest arm. And yeah, the Braves can't do it. We don't have enough in the farm system, and all of our premier players are up helping us right now, so that just wouldn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense, and I'm kind of completely fine with that. But who knows? But yeah, those are obviously. But I mean, he still has 2 years of control, so that even makes the package even steeper for whoever. I would love Jazz Chisholm, but again, I don't think it fits. But I don't know. I'll trust Alex Anthopoulos, and right-handed pitcher, right-handed pitching, starting pitching, maybe a Tyler Mahle or something to kind of stabilize with the uncertainty of Ian Anderson just not being able to get through order third time, and the inconsistencies there, and Charlie Morton with the home run ball. Maybe you'll see a Tyler Mahle or something. Relief pitching, that's going to probably depend on Kirby Yates and his relief and things of that. Yeah, we're not getting Luis Castillo. That would cost an arm and a leg. I would love it too, but I just don't see it. He's going to go somewhere and be a big-time impact. That would be great, but I just don't see it. Tyler Mahle is another option in the Reds rotation, so we'll see there that we could go after. Who knows? But I don't know. I mean, there's not really a pressing need for the Braves. Would you want your DH to be better? Like I said, Marcell Ozuna, he needs to pick it up in the second half, but there's not really any pressing needs. They're luxury needs at this point, I think. Yeah, AA does know what he's doing. So again, I'm gonna use all the trust in the world to him, as always. Yeah, because there's probably gonna be somebody that we're not even talking about that is gonna be a key piece for us, like Jesse Chavez. I didn't see coming back to us, but he's been probably our best, one of our best relievers in the first half, and in just terms of what he does, and he doesn't care the role and things of that nature. So it should be interesting. Plus, there's not going to be as many trade partners probably with the extra wild card. So it's going to be fun to see and interesting. And obviously, the Mets will probably be going after a DH type as well. So that'll be an interesting thing to worry about and see. But they are only on pick 9 of the MLB draft. I will do a video when we draft 20 after I get the lowdown and rundown on him, so I don't sound like a dummy when I'm talking about it, because I really don't know the draft as many as all the good people, like all the experts and stuff. The draft is not one of my expertise, so I will have to do my research first, but I will do a video on that as well, and some others. But that is pretty much it. Covered everything in the first half. Favorite things. Braves are in a great position, 56 and 38. Absolutely awesome. Incredible turnaround. 33 and 11. Absolutely incredible. Can't wait to see how this thing plays out. It's going to be fun. It's going to be intense. It's going to be amazing. As always, go Braves, champions forever. Thanks for hanging out, guys.
The whole way, but what was abundantly clear when you watched it was the level of respect that Brooks for his dad from a baseball standpoint.